rearrange things here a little bit. Good angle. All right. Angles here. Oops. Sorry. Oh, that fell off. Okay, just give me a second. Try this again. There we go. That might not even been plugged in the whole way the last time. I don't know. All right. All right, sorry, if you're waiting for me. Oh, hi, Shirley. All right. Again, I'm new to all this technology. I'm just trying to get it all right. Looks like we are live. Down here, I might be able to. I've got two mats here, only because I might go from one way to the other. Again, I'm not sure. I haven't done yoga on a screen like this for quite some time. I don't know about the angles. However, if you do have a belt or strap, that may come in handy, especially if you're having to use flexibility like I do. You might also benefit from having a block. Mine has a lot of tooth marks in it. Well, yours doesn't. That's only if you have. If you want to get a little more comfortable, I'll just try to remember to show you where you can use those blocks. Not if you haven't done yoga, I'm going to try and give you lots of information, and I'm going to try to remember my 20-minute choreography that I used to do quite often, but I haven't done it for quite some time, probably over a year, I think now. All right, I'm going to start on hands and knees so I can do a little cat-cow. So I'm going to spread my palms wide apart, bring my knees underneath my hips, your fingers facing forward. To take the weight off of the wrist, just try to rotate so you have a little more pressure on the roots of the index fingers and thumbs. Come to a neutral spine on your inhale, put your tailbone and your head up. On the exhale, round your back and stretch into your cat stretch, dropping your head down. Do that back and forth, inhaling up, exhaling and rounding your back, dropping your head, stretching through the spine. I'm just going to turn my ankle just a little bit. Inhaling up, exhaling, rounding the back. This is just a great way to increase the flexibility around the spine. You've been with me all morning. We've done a lot of different back things. Let's do one more. Inhaling up, exhaling, rounding the back, pulling the toes together, and then pulling your sit bones down towards your heels, sliding your hands out, bringing your forehead to the floor. This would be a great place if you were comfortable to either put your forehead on a block. Actually, that feels really good to me. And if you need a little more flexibility, you can put your block up this way, or put your block up this way, wherever. That's what that feels really good to me. It really stretches my back, lower back. Walking your hands all the way forward. This is extended child pose. And that block. On the inhale, keep your fingers forward. Inhale the hands and knees and slide all the way through to up dog. Up dog. Just press the tops of your feet down to the floor, shoulders away from your ears, nice long neck. Drop your knees down and exhale back into child's pose. This is extended child's pose. We're going to do that one more time. If there's any poses that don't feel right to you, please either modify or just don't do them. Dropping your knees down, and on the exhale, toes together, knees apart to give your body lots of space to come down. Forehead to the floor or a block. Then inhale the hands and knees again. And let's do a little bit of shoulder and back stretch. I'm going to take my right hand under my left armpit and just relax my whole body down to the floor. You can experiment with bringing your bum down a little bit more, wherever you feel it. Everybody's bodies are different. You just have to experiment a little bit with your poses. On the inhale, let's come back to center and release the opposite arm under the armpit. I just love this stretch for the neck and the shoulder. You may also feel it in your back. Take your time to breathe. stretch in child's pose. With your hands as far forward as you can. Inhale the hands and knees, tuck your toes underneath your feet, and exhale back into downward facing dog. Let's work on the bottoms of those legs. Walking the dog, bending one knee, and then the opposite. Stretching those heels down. One side to the other. And then we'll push both heels down, lifting your sit bones up, coming to your best downward facing dog. Those fingers are spread apart. Your weight is to the roots of the index fingers and thumbs. The heels are pressing down as the sit bones are lifting up. Let's bring those toes together in downward facing dog. Let's look between the hands. I'm going to come into pigeon pose, bringing my right knee in, stretching my left leg back. Now I'm going to do a little bit of a back bend here. This doesn't feel right to you. Don't do it. I'm just going to bring my hands back and slide my knee and up through my whole spine, keeping the shoulders down, letting the groins release onto my heel. Taking a deep breath in, and on the exhale, when you start to come forward, this is another place you might use your block. Bringing your forehead to the block, and just releasing your body down to the floor. If you'd like the variation, with the right knee forward, bring the left elbow to the front of the mat and right hand across your lower spine. Pigeon pose is one of my favorite poses. You might feel it right up through your glutes, maybe the glute tie-in, maybe the hamstrings, maybe your back. This one with your hands in this position really helps with your piriformis, the middle of your glute. And let's put your hands on the floor. Inhale your head up. Tuck your toes, your back toe underneath your back foot, and then the exhale, let's go to the downward facing dog. Now, I like to do some strength and toning in my yoga practice. If you'd like to come with me, inhale to plank. Nice long neck in plank, heels press back. Now you can drop your knees. Now do it like these because most of you know how to do this with your legs straight, but keep your legs straight if you want. Keep your abs engaged. Let your elbows go to the back of the mat as you slowly lower your body and just hover over the floor in chaturanga, and then all the way down to the floor. Feet are flat. I'm just going to do a cobra here. I'm going to lift my hands up, engage my core, lift my chest up off the floor. Nice back strengthening. And then all the way back down to the floor. You can keep your knees on the floor, or you can tuck your toes underneath your feet and push your heels back. This is going to be a push-up. So we're going to tuck tighten those abs, lifting your belly off the floor. And on the inhale, just straighten the arms into plank. On the exhale, downward facing dog. Great strengthening and toning. Let's bring those toes together in downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in, and on the exhale, let's bring that left knee in, right leg back, do that little back bend. And then on the exhale, walk your hands forward, forehead to the floor or a block. With your left knee forward. For the option, you can bring the right elbow forward, forearm across the front of the mat, back of the left hand across your lower spine, and just relax your body. Put those hands beside your head, and then pull your head back up. Tucking your right toe underneath your right foot, step back into downward facing dog. If you'd like to do another vinyasa with me, this one's going to be a little bit different. Inhale into plank. I'm going to drop my left knee down. I'm going to come into my side plank, taking my right foot in line with my left foot. Reach my right hand up in the air. And if you want to do both feet, you can stretch that bottom leg out. For those of you who want to do right into both legs straight, that's absolutely fine. Just like to do it in a little bit of increments. Side plank is so good for core. And then bring your left knee down, right hand down. And stretch that left leg back into front plank. And I'm going to do my side plank on the opposite side. Drop my right knee down, turn my body over onto my right hand, right knee, left leg, my right foot. And you want to straighten both legs. Left hand out towards the side, and turn your head and look up. Don't forget to breathe. And bring your right knee down, your left hand down. And stretch both legs back into downward facing dog. On the inhale, we're going to come back into plank, because planks are so good for everything. You want to drop the knees, drop them now, but keep your abs nice and tight, nice long neck. Slowly lower your body to chaturanga. Then all the way to the floor. Flattening out your feet. Let's do upward facing dog this time. Straightening the arms. Pressing the bottom of the tops of the feet down to the floor. Slowly bring your body back down to the floor. And let's do a little bit of neck stretching here. Hands by your sides. Turn your cheek to one side and relax your shoulders. You may have an elevated heart rate from all those postures. Then turn your forehead back towards the floor. Bend your elbows underneath the shoulders. We're going to do a back strengthening exercise. Push your pubic bone down into the floor. Lift your belly up, and on the inhale, just push your hands down and try to push your body forward as you lift the toes off the floor. Take a deep inhale, and on the exhale, lower your body to the floor, head to the opposite side, and down by yourself. Stretch your neck in the opposite direction. Bringing your forehead back to center, hands underneath your shoulders, from the knees or the toes. So tuck tight those abs, and on the inhale, straighten the arms into plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's bring the toes together again in downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. On the exhale, let's take the right foot between the hands. Drop the left knee down. We'll do a little bit of hips and hamstrings. On the inhale, bring that right knee forward towards the front of the mat to be inside that big tall head in line with your spine. On the exhale, bring your arms back. Straighten that right leg. Bring your toe up, and if you can, drop your hip to your knee. On your next inhale, let's come forward. On the exhale, slide your sit bones back. Bend your toe up. Drop your head to your knee. I love this. Inhale forward. And exhale back. Great for the hamstrings. The forward one is really nice for the hips, but let's make it a little more interesting and strengthening for the hips. So the knee is forward, at least 90-degree angles, maybe a little bit more. And if you feel comfortable with the right knee forward, take the right hand towards the back of the mat and lift the left hand up. A little bit over to your side. Feel that left hip flexor open on the hips. Hold and breathe. And then bring your hands down to the floor and exhale back. Straightening that leg. It gets hard to straighten the leg. Just bring your body up a little bit. Really important to get that leg as straight as you can. And let's inhale forward again. If you'd like to come to the full crescent pose, tuck those left toes underneath the left foot of your heel back. And if you feel comfortable, let go of the floor and then crescent pose. Relax the shoulders. If you want to get a little deeper into that left hip, with the right knee forward, the right hand back, the left hand up to the sky. And we'll bring that right hand back up to crescent pose. Rotate the palms to the floor. Exhale the hands to the floor and set that right foot back into downward facing dog. Inhaling to plank. From the knees or the toes, slowly lower your body to chaturanga. So good for the upper back and shoulders and arms. And then all the way to the floor, flattening of the feet. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale to the floor. We'll do a little more back strengthening from the floor. If it feels comfortable to you, float the arms straight out in front of the mat, palms down. Tuck tight and push those pubic bones down to the floor. Lift your belly up. And on the inhale, lift the hands and the feet. These are those bigger muscles in your back, strengthening. This is our Superman position. And on the exhale, release. And then we'll do a little more strengthening of the opposite side. So start with your tilt tuck tight. Push your pubic bone down to the floor. Lift your belly up. And on the inhale, lift your left leg, your right hand, your head. Keep your abs engaged. Strengthen those back muscles. And on the exhale, forehead to the floor. Release the arms down and the leg. And then we'll do the other side. So tuck tighten first. With the left arm, the right leg, and your head. Focus on your back muscles. Strengthening them. And on the exhale, forehead to the floor. Hands underneath the shoulders. Or the knees or the toes. Make sure you tuck tighten again. And on the exhale, plank. And so inhale, plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Time to get left. Off side. I'm going to do some warrior poses. We don't have a lot of time to do my full 20-minute yoga. I'll spend more time. It used to be 10 minutes, and now I don't know. All right, let's put our feet together in downward facing dog. And walk your right foot all the way up to the front of the mat. Turn your back, right foot to about 90 degrees, 45-degree angle, lining up the arch of the back, heel of the front foot. Rotate that left sit bone back. And when you're ready, inhale the hands to warrior one. Exhale to warrior two. Inhale to reverse warrior. Exhale back into warrior two. Windmill that right hand forward, left hand back. Then exhale back to warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Warrior two. One more time. I'm going to keep on going. Hopefully you want to come with me. I'm going to rotate that right hand forward, left hand back. My left hand all the way up into warrior one. Rotate the palms towards the floor. And slowly and gently come to the floor. This is where we have your strap. From that, so my hands are to the inside of my left foot. Inhale the right hand up and come into lateral ankle pose. Turn your head to look up if you can. Extended lateral ankle pose. Put that arm forward, up over. Inhale back to center. I'm going to grab my band while I'm doing this. And then just drop my hand down behind my spine. And if you have a strap or a band, it goes down between your legs. Release your left hand under that left leg. You can grab the wrist if you're really flexible. I used to be, but I can't anymore. I'm going to grab my strap behind my back, turn my head to look up. A little bit of pressure with my elbow on the inside of that knee. And breathe. Then release my left hand to the floor. My right hand back into lateral angle pose. And then windmill that right hand forward. Come into triangle pose. Find that left sit bone. Pull that left sit bone back. Straighten that front left leg. And if you feel ready, inhale the right hand all the way up into triangle pose. Palm facing forward. Turn your head to look up if you can. Breathe. And hold. And windmill that right hand down to the floor. Placing that right hand on the floor, left hand picks up and just goes to the outside of that front left foot. Keep pulling that left sit bone back. Drop your head to your knee. Leaving the right hand on the floor. Float the left hand up. Tree ball, triangle pose. Breathe. And then let that left hand go down to the floor. Turn your left back, right foot forward and step back into downward facing dog. Inhale to plank. From the knees or the toes, lower your flat plank body into chaturanga, and then down to the floor. Inhale to up dog. Exhale down to the floor. From the knees or the toes, tilt, tuck, tighten, straighten the arms into plank. As you inhale, exhale into downward facing dog. Bring my toes together again. Let's look between the hands, and this time take the right one. I'm going to turn my ankle just a little bit. Bring the right foot forward. Flatten out that back left foot. That left foot is about a 45-degree angle, and the arch of the back foot in line with the heel of the front foot, or a little bit wider if that feels good to you. Find that right sit bone, pull that right sit bone back, and on the inhale, come to warrior one. Angle does not affect it, does it? And you can't see it yet. No. Change the angle around. That nice. One. Exhale into warrior two. Inhale to reverse warrior. Exhale back into warrior two. Forward, left hand forward, right hand back. Go side to side. That works better. One more time. Back into warrior two. When left hand forward, right hand back. Right hand comes to warrior one. Rotate the palms of the head to the floor. Still have my strap over because I need it all. All right, we're still in this position. Both hands to the inside of that front foot. I'm going to grab my strap and inhale my left hand up. Going right. For lateral ankle pose, that left arm comes forward. Back up to the sky. Drop your left hand down on your back. You have a belt. Let that belt float to the inside of the legs, and then reach the right hand under that right leg and grab your belt. Turn your head to look up. This is a great hip flexor. Stretch. Breathe. And hold. And release that right hand down to the floor. Left hand up to the sky. Rotate that left hand forward. We'll come into triangle pose. Pull that right sit bone back. Keep the foot on the floor. Then inhale that left hand all the way up into triangle pose. Just change this one more time. And then roll that left hand to the floor. Take your right hand, put it on the outside of that front right foot. Right hand stays on the floor. Inhale, dog. Right hand up to the sky. Oh, did I say wrong? Left hand on the floor to the inside of the right foot. Right hand up. Both legs straight. Keep pulling that right sit bone back. And then windmill that right hand to the floor. Drop your head. Sorry. lost my concentration trying to get into the screen. All right. Let's take that right foot back. We'll do one more vinyasa. I'm going to do from here. Exhale into downward facing dog. Inhale to plank. From the knees or the toes. And then all the way to the floor. Inhale to up dog. Exhale to the floor. From the knees or the toes. Inhale to plank. We got one more left. Exhale and downward facing dog. Drop the knees to the floor. Toes together. Sit bones to your heels. And just relax. And breathe. And if you'd like to come to chaturanga, relax for a few moments. Right over to your back. If you'd like to get in waterfall pose, just come against the wall, put your feet up against the wall. Really nice, gentle stretch for the backs of the legs. Helps to relax your back. I don't have my spring in the right place, but I do this almost every day. But I usually just put my feet on the couch and just let my back stretch this way. It feels better. You can have your hands on my head. My shoulders just don't work that way. If you have any tension in your neck, you can just bend your neck back and forth. If you have any tension in your back, you can just have your feet wide apart and just let your knees go side to side. Loosen up, close back. I'd like to thank you for joining me. Leave me a comment. If anyone watched this on YouTube, there is a place to leave comments or load the video. I'm not sure how this works, but it happens. It looks like it works better than Facebook. We definitely have left, right in the right place. I know I got the angles wrong for this yoga pose on Facebook, but I think it was okay on YouTube. I'm just going to stretch my back just a little bit more. Bring my right knee to my chest, stretch the left leg out. My chin in. My back a really nice stretch. And then switch sides. If you join me for the whole morning, thank you very much for joining me. It's quite hard to be here by myself. It's a challenge, that's for sure. I have been both knees to the chest and just rock side to side. Remember, take your time if you'd like to do a little more relaxation, chaturanga, waterfall. Take as much time as you like. Let's sign off now. And if you want a Saturday class, let me know.